Okay, so far we've been finding lengths of sides when we've been given an angle, and now we can find an angle if we know what the length of two sides of a right-angled triangle are. So let's see the steps involved to work this out. Here we've got a triangle, one side is 10 meters, the other side is 8 meters, and we have to find angle A. So the first thing is to do, just like before, you name the sides. And so here's our angle A, and so the 8 meters is the opposite side. Opposite the right angle is the 10 meters, and so that is the hypotenuse. So remember from our triangles that the one that we're going to use is going to be the sine. So we've named the sides. Decide which trig ratio we're going to use. We're going to use the sine ratio, and now you write an equation. Now whenever you are finding the angle, you always are finding the one on the bottom left. So you're going to write the sine of A equals. Now what does it equal? It equals the opposite divided by the hypotenuse. So 8 divided by 10. Now we know that the sine of A is that, but we want to find A, and so remember that you have to use the inverse button, sine to the -1. So you press inverse sine. If you've got a older calculator or a graphics calculator, you will need to put a bracket, and you can write 8 divided by 10 bracket. So key that in, and your answer will be the angle in degrees, and in this case it is 53.1 degrees. 1 dp is plenty. Okay, here's one for you to try. Calculate angle B. I've got the triangle there. First thing you're going to do is name the sides. So we have an opposite side. We haven't got the hypotenuse, and so we have got an adjacent side. And so the trig ratio we're going to use here, O and an A, is the TOA, or the tan trig ratio. Okay, so we have to find the angle, so remember the first thing you write is the tan of the angle. Tan of B equals, now what does it equal? The opposite divided by the adjacent. Opposite is 42.8 divided by 25.4. Now once again, don't forget your bracket and use the inverse sign. So B is the inverse of 42.8 divided by 25.4. Key that in. You can key it in as a fraction or as using the dividing sign, and you should get 59.3 degrees. So always remember that you're using the bottom left on the trig ratios, triangles, and don't forget the inverse button whenever you're finding an angle.